the culture is just not really there. Where do you start in a situation like that?
Yeah, so that's what came first, the chicken or the egg. But it's actually, what's our problem? Are we losing people, and that's why we don't have culture, because no one stays here long enough? Or is it because we don't have culture, that's why we lose people? I'm going to go ahead and say we don't have culture, and that's why we're losing people. And so how do we start to build a culture inside of an organization? Well, there's a couple ways to do it. The first way is to model the correct behavior, right? Model the correct behavior about what we're doing and how we do it. And then the other important part is to capture the stories that make us who we are. That's what culture is. Culture is stories from the past, where we came from, what we've done. Well, how do we do that inside of a construction company? Let's talk about the projects that we've done. Let's talk about what we've built. Let's explain how we have added to our community. Let's explain how people have risen up through the ranks. How about we explain and show that connection between the people that are here and the company that we have? So we have to build culture inside of an organization. We have to. How do you do it? You model the correct behavior, and you have to capture the stories that represent who you are and who you want to be. I've joked about this. The Marine Corps does just an outstanding job of this. They tell stories about the Marine Corps. They had a manual that was released called "The Squad Leader Makes a Difference," and this was like a two-pronged attack. Number one, they want decentralized command, so they wrote a whole book called "The Squad Leader Makes a Difference." And then number two, in that book, they tell the stories of these squad leaders that made a huge difference. So they enhance not only the knowledge and understanding of decentralized command, they also enhance the culture of the Marine Corps. But if we're a construction company, think about what a construction company is. A construction company builds the economy inside this country, and on top of that, it builds the basically everlasting things that make up our landscape. That's what a construction company is. What an incredible story to be able to tell. So what are we doing inside the organization so that people understand not just what we've done, but who we are? Who are our people? Who can we highlight? What can we tell? You know, if you've got someone that's been working at a construction company for 28 years, that person's got some stories to tell. So let's tell those stories so people understand who, not just what we do, which they should understand that, but who we are and why we do what we do.
Maybe talk about the SEALs, because for a long time you didn't want to tell stories, because we get construction companies that just don't want to tell those stories. I mean, they're like, no, I don't want to highlight the guy that's been there 27 years because somebody's going to take him. It feels like it's the SEALs not wanting to tell a story.
When I got in the SEAL teams, there was very little external promotion of the SEAL teams, but that's not what I'm talking about. Inside the SEAL teams, the culture inside the SEAL teams was strong. So to do this inside of a company, you don't have to be external. You're trying to build the culture inside your company. There's a difference between that and marketing, right? I'm talking about, if you want to build culture, that's an internal mechanism. You start to get that stuff moving in the right direction, that's how you build culture. If you're taking care of your people and you're treating them with respect and you're lifting them up and you're giving them a pathway, you're not going to lose people. Will you lose an odd occasional person? Yes, you will. But if you build an organization correctly and you treat people with respect and you're not paranoid about them leaving, like, you will maintain way more people than you would if you try and hide them and keep them down and not give them information. I'm telling you right now, this is not at all remotely unique to the construction industry. It's not even close. It's not even close. Every single industry has this exact same thing. You want to talk, the technology industry. That's the way it operates. The finance industry, that's the way it operates. There's headhunters out there just actively prosecuting targets to try and recruit. This is every industry. The ones that do well are the ones that take care of their people, aren't worried about getting targeted. They're not worried. Come and talk to my people. You could talk to my people. They know what they have. And if I'm treating my people poorly, yeah, I'm paranoid. If I'm treating my people well, and I know that I'm giving them a good job, a good outcome, a good future, I'm not worried about losing them. And you know what? If somebody comes along and offers them a better deal, I'm happy that they got a good deal. I'm not going to slam the door as they walk out. I'm going to shake their hand and say good luck. And you know what's going to happen in 3 months? You know what's going to happen in 3 months. That place that threw out every lure that they could about how they were going to get this and they were going to get that and they were going to get a company this and that. Those dreams didn't come true. And they look back at me and say, man, Jocko took care of me. Jocko shook my hand when I left and said good luck. That person's coming back. Talking about building relationships. I'm building relationships. I am building relationships with people and they're going to want to work with me because I'm going to take care of them. Jocko shook my hand when I left, and I'm going to go shake his hand and come back. And again, not just in this, I've seen the construction industry, but it's in every industry that there is. Take care of your people, and they're going to take care of you.
It's all so simple.
Yeah.
It does seem simple. It does. Yeah. I get it. Yeah. I get it. But it's sort of like at the FTX, you look at the target and you think, okay, we're going to be able to do this. And then once you get in it, you forget. And you lose yourself. And you don't pay attention to the right things. So yeah, you gotta. That's why detaching is such an important part of being a leader. Not getting caught up in the situation, being able to see a little bit further away, being able to think a little bit more strategic instead of thinking tactically all the time. You know, thinking tactically is, hey, if you leave here, you're never coming back. Maybe I can get him to stay. That's a tactical move. It's a short-term possible victory. Long-term, it's a loser. Strategically, it's a loser.